People's ability to create and design something from nothing has always been the defining feature of progress. Back in the Industrial Revolution, the two tools that we had to make parts were called mills and lathes. Here's a couple clips of how they work.
This is a milling machine. It works by taking something that looks like this. It's called an end. It spins very quickly. It attaches right about there. This table moves back and forth. You attach a big chunk of metal to the table. The spinning end mill takes chunks out of the metal and removes material to make the part that you want. This is a lathe. Rather than taking a tool, spinning it very quickly and taking out chunks of metal, you take the stock, it looks something like this. You spin the stock very quickly, then you take a tool that looks like this, and you move the tool back and forth and into the part to make parts that look circular.
Nowadays, our tools are much more advanced. We have mills and lathes that are controlled by motors that are able to make shapes that are impossible to do precisely by hand. We now also have 3D printers, which gives us even more options on how to make things. Here's how they work.
This is a 3D printer. It has a hot end that moves left, right, forwards, backwards, up, and down. It takes plastic 3D printing filament that looks like this, and it feeds it through the hot end. This hot end moves around the build plate to slowly build up, layer by layer, the part that you want.
3D printers have a lot of benefits over mills and lathes. For one, they can print anything that you can design in software. So even if there is a really small part that would be impossible to get to with a mill, you can do it with a 3D printer. The medical field has benefited tremendously from this technology. Dentists are able to produce tooth crowns that are faster and easier to make than any other method. Because dentists need to make tooth crowns every single day, the faster that they can do it, the better. Also, because 3D printing and these new technologies are new, they haven't yet peaked. So there are still so many improvements that we haven't even thought of yet. Another medical use of 3D printing is in helping treat burn victims. A quick note, burn injuries are very disturbing, so rather than putting up a bunch of pictures of burn victims, I'm just going to use butterflies and let you use your imagination. Doctors are currently testing 3D printed splints that are custom for each patient. They are printed and then applied to the burned area to help prevent scarring tissue. This is something that has never been done before and was only made possible through 3D printing. Another area that was improved by 3D printing is education. Because you are able to go from concept to physical object extremely quickly, 3D printing allows you to experiment and try new ideas extremely quickly. By allowing students to quickly fail and try new things, students are able to learn through productive failing. This is a method where they try a bunch of different solutions to the same question. By coming up with an answer in this method, students can gain a deeper understanding of the reason behind the answer and not just the answer itself. Another example of a much higher level of education using 3D printing is a group of researchers who are researching insect wings. Insect wings are incredibly complex and have many small details that would be impossible to recreate without the use of a 3D printer. Using 3D printing, these researchers have been able to recreate and redesign some of these insect wings. In fact, something really interesting that they did was use computer software to generate a Voronoi pattern. Through the use of computer-controlled 3D printing, they were able to create insect wings that they can use for further testing. Overall, 3D printing has had somewhat of a revolutionary effect on people. Because it has given so many different people the access to make such a wide variety of things, the onset of widely available 3D printing has brought in a new revolution, a kind of Industry 4.0, that has enabled a new philosophy around thinking and making. I'm excited to see the changes that this technology has on the world in the coming years. Finally, thank you for watching. All of the research that went into this video will be down in the description below. Make sure to check it out. That's it. Bye.